Guys, Dan Ban here. Continuing with part 6 of Stories. I know it's been a few days since I streamed anything, but we're gonna get back into the midst of everything.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis Stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Bernardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage. The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis Stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offer him power for blood. But this time, Bernardo was sure he could master it. And so, Bernardo went ostrich hunting.
So yeah, guys, little update to, I will be moving on Saturday, so it may be a day or two until I stream again, but after that, everything should be good. And like I said, the background's gonna be different. I know I'm in my bedroom, but where else can I do this? So yeah.
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis Stone? Long hidden in a buried temple, another ancient item that was only resurfacing now, drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
See, like I said before, guys, about the swords, once you get enough ores and essence for all 4 of these, you can upgrade them twice, and once you upgrade them twice, they're at maximum level, nothing else. And the same thing with the gems. You find them all over again, you rank up, and you're pretty much golden.
What was he doing here? Last time, the stone had fought him for possession of his own soul.
If you guys have a way of
That was awesome!
oh, yes.
The ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late. Swell. He'd always wanted to do that.
they're getting easier and easier to kill.
I wonder what happens if I go that way.
Like having a pet. Well, like having a goggler for a pet.
And I will be streaming Stardew Valley, probably a little bit later today.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis Stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. His side. The Ravens at least could not get past this point. Obviously the temple builders knew how to deal with tomb raiders.
So either today or tomorrow is gonna be my last stream until like Sunday or Monday. Oh, one of my friends, one of my good friends, Eric, is gonna be dropping by our new place, and he's gonna be talking with me during a stream, either of this, Stardew Valley, or something like that. I don't know yet. Just like I should let you guys know.
It was a stone of the purest blackness. It
What's
reflected
up,
no
guys?
light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the Transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. It's the core. said the stone anxiously.
But even though Reynardo knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it. The gem could give great power, but it was evil. But Reynardo had a plan. He would divide the stone into the power half and the evil half. He sought out the sage Calaveras.
I'm still here, guys.
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
Ah, damn it.
Croaked Calaveras.
Don't ever choose the bomb one if you play this
Calaveras
game.
set up various
I
shiny
fucking keep
things.
forgetting that.
And soon Reynardo was setting the stone down in the middle of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Reynardo was looking at himself. Except with a mustache, and a goatee, and darker hair. There were two Iblis stones. One light, and one dark. Reynardo took the light
So,
one.
for those who don't
Felt a
know,
rush
if
of
you do
great
this
power.
part, you will die
Now I could
if
defeat
you
the
choose
Emperor.
the very bottom one.
Wait a minute. Unfortunately,
You don't go
he
through
couldn't
anything,
think of any
you
way to
just
use it
die
without
after all
hurting
this.
someone. That wouldn't be nice. Give me that, said his evil-looking twin. And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, neither weak, evil Reynardo nor powerful, nice Reynardo was any threat to the Empire. After the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after.
Boom.
He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
The only thing you can do is going back through and choosing the middle or the top option. It's the only way to do it.
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away.
Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in a buried temple? Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now? Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals?
Long live the Emperor!
Called the ravens. The ravens were already here, cawing in frustration. They were still searching for a way in. Good. Then he hadn't come too late.
He didn't even need to aim it.
Little bypass area here. We just read that.
Wait, what? How was he outside? Hadn't he taken an elevator into the depths of the earth?
That motherfucker was invisible. This thing is now a beast because it is helping me fight these fuckers off.
Boy, with this device you can travel at night, so long as there are ravens to set on fire.
Boom.
There had to be some way to use the Iblis Stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people.
If you get the armature, it will kill you.
The
Sky
Ravens
Ripper
at
and the
least could not
core
get past
are
this
friendly.
point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with Tomb Raiders.
Ugh.
Magical walls.
Motherfucker.
Immune to the... It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager. Thirsty.
And for those of you who do not know what I do, I'm a
That
Domino's delivery
seemed
pizza
tempting
delivery
and
driver.
Terribly wrong. Zenobia
This is
was
all the cash I
Emperor's
bring home
greatest
a
general
night.
and a potent witch.
This is all together.
But they
right
had
now,
been
but
close
still.
once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of
love
the
my
lost
job.
god, torn out by the transcendent emperor to power his greatest weapon.
You take calls,
Said the
freaking
stone
put in
anxiously.
orders, take care of customers, and done.
But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
I wish we could do the alternate.
Why was he listening to a talking rock? Ah, but the rock had a point. If the stone could truly turn him into a powerful warrior, he could defeat the Emperor with the very weapon the wicked old toad had sought for himself. To be a hero, you had to sacrifice old friends sometimes, especially when they've become enemies.
So yeah, guys, to recap, moving on Saturday, we have the internet and cable and shit, so it'll be set up by the end of that day, maybe Sunday, because I know I'll be tinkering around with the TV and shit like that, hooking it up.
As he placed the impossibly black crystal in his gauntlet,
So
Renato had a
yeah, I'll be
sudden
back
vision.
to streaming.
charred fields covered in dead ravens below a black sun. Was it the time of the lost
All right,
gods
let's hope this
before the
ain't something
transcendent
okay,
emperor?
well, good. It's the
Was
armature
it the future?
that will kill you.
It whispered. Take the power. He could feel the stone's hunger for souls. Its thirst for blood. All right, I get it. This was going to be interesting.
What's up, Kulos?
He was tempted to just stand on the device and let it do all the killing for him.
Thought you were still streaming.
That would be sport, would it?
I know you had to help your
The
mom out with
ravens
stuff.
on Zenobia's
but
island were no match
you're
for
still
Reynardo.
streaming.
They screamed as the stones sucked out their souls. And with each death, he felt stronger. Take the power, the stone told him.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he?
Ah, okay. Boy, fuckers again.
These really slice like ham.
Goodbye. Oh shit.
Zenobia was waiting for Reynardo. She was alone, confident as always. Fire danced at the tips of her claws.
Are you here to surrender? She seemed as cocksure as he felt. But she didn't know he had the stone. And I've missed you too, love. He chuckled.
She spotted the stone and bolted without another word.
Get back here, you heathen. Whoa.
Finally, Reynardo caught up to her. He had never seen her scared before. At school, she'd been the determined, brave one. Now her eyes were wide, frightened. He didn't like seeing her this way. Kill her, whispered the stone. You cannot win your rebellion without it. Please. No, said Zenobia. Not that way. Oh, they had been so close once. Could he really feed her soul to his demonic gem? But if he spared her, he would not get the full power of the stone. Oh, how could he be the hero he wanted to be? Reynardo hesitated. Zenobia was his greatest enemy. She was the Emperor's daughter and his greatest general, and the single person Reynardo least wanted to remove from this world, especially that way. She was holding her arms out before her, hands fluttering, fending him off with hopeless urgency. Nope, she was weaving a spell. He couldn't move. This thing is evil, she said.
She slid the Iblistone out of its slot in his gauntlet and slipped it into a bag.
Maybe we can learn from it. She eyed him with a strange, wry, apologetic look. I missed you too. And before he could move again, she was gone. Learn from the
What's up,
Iblistone.
Light Killer?
What did that mean? Would she take it to the palace or to the observatory on the Nexus? If she thought it was evil, she wouldn't want it in the palace.
And,
You had
after
to
all,
visit
it
what?
was evil, wasn't it?
Maybe I can outrace her to the observatory, thought Reynardo. Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer.
Oh, okay. So you're watching on both accounts, alright. Works for me.
Renato felt a little sick. Ever since Zenobia had taken the stone from him, he'd felt an ache that wouldn't go away. He missed it. He wanted it back. He needed it back. Why hadn't he killed her when he had the chance? She was the enemy. He hadn't even seen her in 14 years. Why had he hesitated? You're a sucker for an empowered woman. Renato kicked himself. Don't make that mistake again.
Woohoo. Ah, crap.
Zenobia thought the stone was evil. Was it?
Well, yes, but he still longed to have it back.
He'd felt so good killing ravens with it, and yet he'd felt unclean ever since he'd touched it. She confused him. She'd made him want to be a better
Like at the
fox.
switch or anything.
And then she'd abandoned him, never telling him she was the Emperor's daughter, never contacting him since. Well, who was she to tell him the stone was evil?
If he was a weapons engineer, Renato would make the cannonballs go much faster. And fire randomly, obviously.
Raven can't fly, thought Renato.
Ah, hell, here we go.
The scientist toads were pointing arcane instruments at the stone and looking at it through prisms and reflections.
Mine, said Renato as he took back the stone.
Well, we need it for science, croaked the toads. So he killed them. He felt better immediately. Smarter, too. I thought you'd never come for me, whispered the stone.
Then, a far speaker toad croaked in something like Zenobia's voice.
Renato, leave the stone with the toads. It will swallow your soul. You'll kill everyone you love.
That did seem vaguely familiar. But Renato had an army to lead, an empire to bring down.
Stone. Shh, won't say that.
whispered the stone. It was right. Wasn't Zenobia the Emperor's greatest general? Wasn't Reynardo fighting for the rebellion? Of course you wouldn't want him to have it. Wouldn't you be a better emperor than Lysiger the Third? Added the stone. You know what? I would, thought Reynardo. Or maybe he said it out loud. He would go see the council and lead their armies to victory. All he had to do was call them on the Farspeaker. Ah, damn. Well, wouldn't they be surprised anyway? Ah, the ruins. Reynardo had come there as a kid when it was still the fabulous city of Ubar, before the Emperor's ravens had come to pillage ancient books from its library and destroyed it. Now the rebel council lay hidden underneath the ruins. And between here and there, all these ravens to kill. They deserved it for what they'd done to the city. And the faster he could kill them, the more of a rush they gave him.
Delicious looking eyeballs!
Caught the lead raven. Thank you, I think, said Reynardo. Never hurt to be polite. Tried to be nice to Zenobia, not killing her and all. And what did she do? She stole the gem from him, made him kill all those scientists. Next time she'd see. Whispered the stone. Ravens? Reynardo knew how the stone felt. Each raven he killed gave him a little jolt of pleasure. But he could only kill them so fast, and the pleasure wore off too quickly. Hopefully soon he would face a more powerful adversary. Whispered the stone. But not with a bunch of mangy ravens.
Precision. Ferocity. The device was a woman. Violent.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
That was easy.
As he reached the secret entrance, he was shocked to see Zenobia talking with the council. She bore a white flag. The council has betrayed you, whispered the stone. Kill them. What are you doing here, love? Renato demanded. Come for the brown muffins? She's worried about you, croaked the council speaker. We all are. You're not yourself, Zenobia said. Before they could get into the rest of the intervention, he leapt at her. Unfortunately, the council speaker blocked him, so he slew her and the other council members. I'm not giving up, cried Zenobia as she darted off into the ruins. I think I just killed the entire rebel council, said Renato. See how much power they've given you. But they were on my side, weren't they? No one is on your side, except for me. He set sail for the fleet. There, at least, there would be enemies to kill. Unless that was the Iblastone talking. He could never be sure. Anyway, who needed other rebels here? They'd only get in the way. A true hero fights alone after he's got all his friends killed. A portal that led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
Asshole. The world was so beautiful. Everything was glowing, breathing, alive. Except, okay, the ravens. But the wind was alive, like a million fingers caressing his hair. He'd never felt so powerful. He never felt so sexy. Somewhere down the path would be the Emperor. Renato would slay him, most powerful man in Erda. And the Iblastone would give Renato all that power. And he would be Emperor. Then he would set everyone free.
ever used. Or not used.
Boom. Done.
At last, he was face to face with Zenobia. She was still unarmed. No fire crackled from her claws. Excellent. Kill her, whispered the stone. He raised his sword for the killing blow. Is this what you really want? She asked.
Is this what the stone
Or is it what the
wants?
stone wants? Think of the power.
Shut up,
Insisted the stone. I don't want to kill you, he told Zenobia, his arm still raised. I know. But he could not put the sword down. It wants blood, he told her. I know. Oh, help me, he said. She stabbed herself. Take my blood, she said. You mustn't, cried the Iblis stone. Oh no! Why did you... He ran to embrace her, and she plunged her bloody dagger into his heart. Why? He said. We'll be together in the halls of the Valiant, she said.
Oh.
I love you, he said. Thank you. And the Iblis stone screamed, and then it began to glow. It burst into flames. It burned like an ember. And then it was ash that blew away in the wind. And Zenobia and Renato died in each other's arms.
Aww. It's so sad. Boom. The orbs I could not give two shits about.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced.
Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact.
Alright, I'm gonna take a break for like 5-10 minutes, so I'll be right back. Ugh. back, guys. Sorry. It's fucking cold. Goddamn.
Could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course.
Thanks for
Renato
sticking
had a
around,
pretty strong
Kulos.
suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. And he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
So we did the bottom one.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The Transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces deep. And then, this Emperor's horrific sacrifices had brought it
kinda
back to the
chilly outside
surface.
out here in
Renato wasn't
Vegas.
exactly sure how to use the legendary weapon. But surely, there must be some way to do it without provoking another catastrophe. Had he, somehow, summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the Earth? It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Do-do-do.
As he set foot on the island, Renato couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renato felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it? Well, the eyes have had it.
Now we play the waiting game. Wait. There's a side door here. Go, 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 go! Oh, hell yeah.
That had been his mistake before. Not trusting Zenobia's feelings for him. But how could he have known? After all these years of silence?
Really? Alright. Oh, look at that. Right. Too bad I can't get to that.
When he was still a thief, Renato had always been attracted to the women with the biggest chests. No, that's not what I meant. To rob, I mean.
He was always attracted to the women with the biggest chest. Wait, what? Yes, we must go back. See, it doesn't matter what sword now. I'm using a fucking flame sword. Ah, oh shit. Ooh. 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 Fuck.
Two eyes good. One eye dead.
Oh, that was beautiful. Done.
See? That wasn't so hard.
Oh shit.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How was it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Alright guys, comment down below if you want me to do the top one or the bottom one. I'll wait. Comment top or comment bottom.
Asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia. He'd no idea. Sometimes he would just do things, and he could never figure out why he'd done them. Usually, they worked out. After all, he was a hero. The truth is, though, he wanted to see her, wasn't it? It had been a dozen years since Swordfu School. He'd followed every rumor about her, every scrap of news. Not that he still loved her. After all, she was his enemy. No, it was solely because, know your enemy. All right, maybe he should stop pretending. He knew exactly how she felt about him. But their love affair always ended with a tragic death. Unless...
Welcome, guys.
Maybe he could find a way to dodge tragedy. Surely
Hope
he
you guys
could.
enjoy.
Couldn't he?
Welcome, guys. One thing I gotta tell you about the armature by itself, it will kill you slowly. Oh. And I'll probably be doing Stardew Valley a little bit later today before we go to work.
You couldn't hack this kind of firewall. You had to warm it up to you.
Should we go through the firewall? I think we should. Because it's all it does is just take us to here. And if you're low level, then it'll bring you back and give you like powers or ores in essence.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he? The market. It was going to be full of gogglers, wasn't it? Oh, it would have been so much more fun before the war. When the worst thing that could happen to you was getting fleeced buying a rug.
Reynardo wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar. The Swordfish School was closed now, but he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself. Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally,
Welcome, guys.
he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder.
If you guys
with
like
his
watching
sword.
Stardew Valley, I'll probably...
She vanished.
I will be doing
And he suddenly
a
noticed
stream
he
about an
couldn't
hour and a
move,
half of that
except his mouth.
later.
In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyripper, the Iblistone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talky truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad, and filled His Majesty in.
But why didn't he get the core?
Croaked the Farspeaker in something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Reynardo grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia.
That makes no sense. It's a trap,
Shouted the Emperor.
I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators.
If Reynardo came face to face with the Emperor, maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Asked Zenobia. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He asked her. She shook her head. He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him an eater of souls, an immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned. Furious. You're lying. Under a truce spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will.
I was gonna say, you don't want to pick the top one because she would kill you and you had to do it all over again. But it's a fun game to play. I wish there was a game like this. I'll probably look it up and see if there is something just like this.
What kind of proof could you possibly have? She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village. And he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned. The dead can't lie. Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to. She nodded grimly. You go on ahead. I don't want the Ravens to see me.
Planes. Can we zip over to that one? That'd be awesome, though. Maybe. Maybe not. Ooh. You stop fucking hitting me, you big bastard.
Ooh, sparkly, thought Reynardo.
Rats.
She caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the Lost Gods? Would he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books. Why'd he adopt a stray cat? You don't ask a thing like that. No, not when there's no good answer, she said, her whiskers twitching.
Oh shit, we're self-loading. So yeah, guys, if you guys want me to continue playing this and other stuff like that, look at this. Fucking glitch.
With all
When I
the
first started
secrets
playing
he
this
revealed to the
game, like I
Emperor,
said
the
many
Ravens
times
were probably
before,
heading for the secret base. Renata began to wonder if there would be anyone left to save if Zenobia changed sides.
glitchy, glitchy, glitchy. I'm not even kidding.
A cannon trap. Who kept these things loaded anyway?
So you guys, if you like my content, please give it a like, subscribe, all that good shit. And I'll be making more stuff. Hopefully in the meantime I can get a better computer and shit like that. Like I said before, I'm going to do this for another 45-ish minutes.
And black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had burned the reanimated witness to cinders. Renato was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels, Zenobia said, upset. Why would he do this? I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you on the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base.
Two good choices.
They would need rescuing.
The exclamation points on them, on the top and bottom, are really good points. That actually makes you go further in this story.
Why was he going to meet up with
If
her?
it doesn't have it, then
Wasn't it
you're
more
going
important to rescue
looping
the rebel
around the
council
whole
from the
entire
almost
game,
certain Imperial
doing
attack?
the same
Why
shit
was
again
he in
and
this
again.
war anyway? Was it really to fight the good fight, or did he just want to see her again? One of these days, Renato thought, I should really figure out my motives before I pounce. Nah.
Nah, bitch. Nah, fam, you good? Kulos, are you still watching, brother?
Was it
Who is
true?
watching?
Was he on this adventure just to see Zenobia again?
If you guys are still watching
Imperial
this,
Air
comment
was
down
not
below,
an
say
easy catch
hi.
to see. Well, she'd ignored all his Kwanzaa gifts.
I actually don't mind
And on the other
talking to you
paw,
guys while I'm
trying to get a
streaming.
date by joining a war against your intended was...
Just makes everything more interesting. That way you
pretty
guys can get a little
optimistic.
more
But on the back
on a
paw,
personal level with
yes,
me.
it sounded exactly like him. Good. I'm so glad we had this little chat.
What, you're gonna fucking hit me, you little shit? Are you still on both accounts, Kulos? Because either way, I don't care if you are or not, but I'm just wondering.
Oh, what does the fox say? Asked one raven. Another one called back, "Oh, I'm dying!" And they both laughed hysterically.
What does the fox say, bitch? God, I'm dying! Ah, okay, okay.
There were a lot of dead ravens along the side of the road. Someone had rampaged through here on a killing spree.
D
What
underscore
had Zenobia
blood
gone to
underscore killer 69.
He had a
Alright,
chilling
I got you.
feeling It was the Iblis.
I'm gonna give you a sub to that account too, so.
Zenobia was level-headed. A stone.
Let me pause this real quick. As long as you guys subscribe to me, and I'll subscribe back to you guys. That's how I see it. I'll help you guys out with the sub. Hang on. I'll try and find it. It's without the underscores, right? Or no? Well, either way, if you give me a sub, I'll get the email about it, so. Either way, let's get back into the game.
Make anyone bloodthirsty. You could tell their style from the blade work on the dead bird.
God, y'all are pussies! Give up your fucking day jobs on trying to kill me, ass wipes.
Couldn't they have put in an elevator? Or a giant eagle? Or something?
Like, seriously, guys, you subscribe to me and let me know and comment down on one of my videos saying that you subscribe. I'll do the same for you guys. That's the kind of bro I am. I'll help you gain a sub and you help me gain. Die, asshole. Oh, 200 points away. How bullshit is that? Fuck. Ta-da. Yay, hell.
Reynardo was remembering all his old tricks. And some new ones. Now, he really ought to ask for a raise.
Like, for me, instant. You literally had to go on that side just to get to this door. I didn't have. Before then, I had no idea. When I got over there, then I tried it. I'm like, oh. I'm gonna be re-downloading Payday 2, Destiny, Black Ops 3, and a couple of others. Elder Scrolls Online. I can't stream it, from what I've been told, but I'll try though. If I can, I can. If I'm not able to, then I'll just upload videos of it. And Fallout 4. And I'll also be doing a stream of the Uncharted series, which is 1 through 3 right here. So, yeah. That way you guys can enjoy watching this and watch me play Stardew Valley as well. Because either way, I actually like playing that game. I really do.
Kid out of the Raven Room, talking to her son.
Oh, I already did 4, but...
Core? Get it? Core? I just made that up.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I'll probably go through number 4. God damn. It's allergy season here in Vegas. And it sure sucks. God damn. It's so funny. Of all the years I have my online name DamnBand88 or something in that variation, I always pick that. I just randomly pick that name. Just out of random. It's all due to one CD that my brother had, and that was from the actual band, The Damn Band. So for me, I just crammed Damn Band together. That way, if down the line the band actually sees, oh, somebody else is using their name and it's a gaming channel, and they'll go after me for it. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh shit, what the hell's going on here? Hey girl!
He reached the summit, expecting no one. But there she was, steaming, pacing.
I'm gonna kill him, she said. I'm gonna kill all his ravens, and then him, and then his family, and all the eggs and tadpoles. And then I'm gonna burn down their pond.
Did you go and
Nah.
get the Iblis stone?
You see, all these ravens I killed. So much power.
Oh shit.
Great, Renato said.
Great.
You really want power from a demonic rock? You want the stone, don't you?
Not really.
Good. I'd rather not have to kill you.
He told her he loved her.
That he wouldn't let the Iblis stone take her, even if he had to die for it.
Well, he planned to tell her.
Now didn't seem like the right time. She'd probably cool off in a bit. So he let her get in her ship and fly off.
He rushed back to the Farfarer and followed her, keeping a healthy distance.
Zenobia's ship was just visible through the clouds ahead. How could he reason with her? But he had to. The rebels were down for the count. No wonder. He betrayed the location of their base and then he'd abandoned them. And if she became Empress while she was in the grip of the Iblis stone, if she became Empress by murdering her father, she could still be a great Empress.
Who
But
was
she could
the
also be
third
a
person
nightmare
watching?
Empress.
Comment down
She
below.
had to be
I
stopped.
want to see who's watching. I'm just curious. I have never had this game freeze up on me. Actually, a couple maybe once or twice, but never kicked me off the game. Goat Simulator did that. In midstream, it's like da 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 da, crash, boom.
There were more dead ravens along his path.
Fuck.
Some of them wounded in the back. He knew she could have easily talked her way past them, or clouded the little tiny raven brains with a spell. She was going out of her way to kill everything in her path. This wasn't Zenobia, not as he knew her.
So I'll probably be getting on GTA 5 later today instead of doing Stardew Valley, but if I decide to do that, I'll probably do a stream of it with some of my friends, fucking around, doing missions and shit. I haven't done the GTA 4 or GTA 5 stream in a while, so. I mean, I uploaded a video of it, me fucking around with the Invincible mod on director mode. That was fun. I never knew you would get eaten by a motherfucking shark while in Invincible mode. But who the fuck? You hit me? Little bitch. Who the hell knew you can die by a fucking shark while invincibility is on? Who knew? But I have the proof right there. And me and my friend were just talking while I was recording the clip. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's on my channel.
His beloved was possessed by the spirit of a demon.
Posted about a week ago.
To brave the darkness in your loved one's soul. To have faith there was still good in her. To help her out of that darkness, no matter what the cost. But what? What could he do? She'd kill him if he tried to take the Iblis Stone from her.
Well, let's not take the Iblis Stone from her and continue on with this path. That was quick. Like I said, guys, if you guys enjoy watching this, feel free to give me a like, give the video a like, subscribe if you're new.
At the end of the trail of raven corpses was Zenobia. Her father was frantically rigging a strange apparatus wrapped around a glowing core. "Don't do it!" he shouted. "You'll hate yourself in the morning! Stay back!" she screamed in a horrible voice he'd never heard before. It froze him in his tracks. The Emperor stared at him. "Run!" he told the toad. "Or hop!" But he didn't manage to voice it, only think.
Yes, I know,
Zenobia
Eric.
stabbed her
Goddamn, calm
blade
down.
forward, and His Majesty fell dead. She began laughing hysterically. Or was she weeping? "Just walk away," she laughed at him. "I've no more use for you." There was something he needed to do, but he couldn't figure out what it was. So he did as he was told. As he walked away, he felt a chill in the world. The light in the sky seemed to dim. He didn't dare turn. He had a nagging feeling there was something he should have done just then. Something heroic. But he could not have taken the Iblis stone from her by force. And she would not have parted with it willingly. A cold wind blew from where she had been. But he still didn't dare turn. And then, an awful laughter filled the air. And all the torches and all the ships went out. And he realized what he should have done. But by then, it was too late to do anything.
Oh, shit. So, for those who just joined watching a little bit ago, we have completed chapters 6 and now 8 in this stream. We completed Run Zenobia Run, in which I'm giving you guys the rundown. And now we just got done with 8. Find the armature, find Zenobia, meet the scientist, and meet Zenobia again. But if you went the wrong path, you would obviously not have completed this. So, yeah, I'm gonna cut the stream now. My friends want to tell me something, I guess. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining me. Like I said before, feel free to like, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good shit. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. So take care, guys.